fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. Happy New Year, everybody! Am I making this video because I'm trying to ignore the hellhole in which we exist in this 2026? It's the 4th of January. It's the 4th of January. So, I've been stressing out completely, and I wrote a Substack article about it. Check out my Substack. It's basically just like me being angry. But when in times of like chaos or doubt or just feeling like crap, I always, in the past few years since I've been doing YouTube, I'm like, shut the F up, go make a video. So here I am, shutting the F up. Well, not literally, but shutting down my inner catastrophe person and making a video. So before the holidays, hang on. Did I do a video about Doug before or after the New Year? I can't remember, but check that out, Octavia. Because now is the time that they are going to be vultures picking over the bones of people feeling crappy about their bodies. And they are not selling anything new. They've got this metabolic reset coach moniker that Doug's taken on. Anyway, so the other thing I want to make sure that I do in 2026, because I kind of took my foot off the pedal with Enagic. So let's put her into gear. Ring. And needed to go back because I haven't checked in on her in a while. It's Christy X Ord and our good friend, topic of the fantastic ABC article about the manosphere, Brody Cell Nitro, from prisoner to prick. No, he probably was a prick back then too. From prisoner to pathetic? I don't know. All these people, like they say, you're just jealous, you're a hater, you want to tear people down. No, I am a hater, but I want to make sure that you don't scam any more people, because what I believe you're doing when you do this stuff is scamming people. Yeah, which is my right, in my opinion. I can't say anything. I'm not allowed to say from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I'm not allowed to say that anymore in Australia, apparently. Not sure. Like, I'm looking into it. But I can say I believe that this is a scam. So we're going to have a look at some social media posts. We'll start out with Brody. Brody, like, the other thing with Brody is he's this fake, like, hippie guy, like he's spiritual, and I do Muay Thai, and like he's just the most pathetic, like, sort of white guy, and I don't buy it for a second. He is playing a part. Oh, Christy's got a podcast too, so we're gonna be looking at that. All right. So this is all from Facebook. Here's Brody, and he says, adult friendships be like, I miss you, let's catch up in Dubai next January. So relatable. Really relatable. Oh, just in case people don't, the dogs have been destructive in the backyard. They like dug a hole, and I've had to like close off one of the fences, so keeping an eye out there. The weather's been fantastic though. Like, I have not put the air conditioner on. Oh, other than at night time, um, in like days. It was even cold the other night. Yeah, so Enagic is a multi-level marketing company. Those people who, hi, if you this is the first time seeing me, welcome. I have dogs. They are not here right now, but I have them. And I'm on holidays. I'm a teacher, but I've never been in an MLM, and I just started making content after watching the content and seeing that there were Australians in MLMs being scammed by these major leaders, and there wasn't too much coverage of it. There was a little bit, but not a lot, because I know that they had talked about the breakaway movement, which was one of the early big teams of Enagic, and they had all these pictures that looked like orgies. It's very weird. And they have this pseudo spiritual vibe which they heavily lean on. And we're gonna have a look at one post from Jax Faulkner, who is basically saying like, I'm a spiritual guru, but she's a fucking water filter or ionizer salesperson. That's what it all comes down to. And if you can convince people that you're giving them this wonderful relationship built on love and respect and, just catching each other's vibes, then you can scam them a lot easier. Okay? And if it continues with that one person being worshipped, well, that's an ingredient for a cult. That's the ingredients for a cult. And there is a lot of that in this company. So they sell a product called the Kangen K8, which is a water ionizer, and it allows you to change the pH levels of your water and to put more like hydrogen enriched, and make it more acidic, and they say it can do 100 different things and so on. Now our body does this thing called homeostasis, so the liquids which we partake in, strawberry liquid IV, those liquids, if they are going to cause a problem, if they're too acidic or if they're too, I don't know how to phrase they have too much base. Your body does a thing called homeostasis where it neutralizes it so that it is the right acid level for your body. And therefore, a K8 machine is not necessary for your health, which is what they constantly say. All right. Yet there might be benefits to using it in as a cleaning agent, because there's like a certain acidity where you can use it for cleaning, you can use it for beauty, etc. All true, but you do not need to pay for a $5,000 machine to do that. There are cheaper ways of doing these things, and there's also a way in which you buy it and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to build a team. You don't have to sell them. You don't have to fucking go to retreats and buy your way into their friendships, which is what it is, right? This is a pure scam, in my opinion, and it's one that the ACCC, I think, is keeping an eye on, and they should, because of all of these people making income claims, making health claims, and so on. So here we have Brody. He is a very high up leader. Here's Christy. She's the big boss. Christy excellent. Shh, we're actually selling water filters. And I made bank on recording it. This was the article that was released. When was it released? I mean, this fucking bullshit here with I cannot imagine how annoying that would be. That's Cam Taylor in the corner there. He is a scammer on a different thing, like a different like level, because he promised money to be on Blue and then didn't give it to them. 8th of December. Okay, so that came out on the 8th of December. Find your tribe. You're white. You don't have a tribe. Sorry, you don't have a tribe. There you go. Oh, maybe he's Indigenous, but I've never heard him talk about that. All right. So Brody is very high up. So is Christy X Ord. She is his upline, and her upline is her husband, who basically forced her to go get a machine. It's like, we're on a date. We're going to go get a machine. And also, he took her on a date to their first date was to this house that he said he was buying, right? This is what he said to her. He was house sitting it. He was completely lying to her. The entire relationship is built on that lie. It's so crazy. So Brody is just under them, and he has a fairly big team because he uses that manosphere blokey. We're men's men. We're gonna look after our families and fucking get tribal tattoos. Pretend that's our entire identity. Um, and this says, if we're not meeting in another time zone, are we even trying? Fuck off. All right. Now they always say, like, I realize that only suckers work 9 to 5, and you get to 67 and fucking whatever. This man is working, and he looks to be camping. Okay, these people are always working. You look at the date for all of this; it's like every day they are posting multiple times, which is pretty desperate to me. They never used to do that. It used to be quite a few times a week, but now it's like multiple times a day. And Christy has hit the road to New Zealand. So that's where she's recruiting at the moment. If this feels like you, let's have a chat. I'm looking for Aussie providers. What do you mean providers? Oh, men? Like people? Providers is very dystopian, like dehumanizing. Who can feel time moving faster each year. Yeah, that's just called adulthood. Okay? Don't want to look back wishing they'd learned new skills sooner. I wish you had learned, like, the skill of, I don't know, speaking and, I don't know, just not being a douchebag. Are open to building online income skills that create long-term options. Nothing changes unless something changes. That's not even the same. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Okay, Brody. See how, like, you're thinking, this man really just wants to offer me a lifeline. Isn't that nice of him? What's this building online? No, you're in an MLM. Like, long-term options for him, but not for anyone else. 1% of people. Life hack. Always balance something cheap with something expensive. Example, I love reading. Cheap. Flying business class? Expensive. My God, I am so jealous of Brody. Like, I could never do that. And also, how many people who are actually well off, fly business class regularly, how many of them film it? It's it's not a rich person's like behavior. And people who are actually rich don't talk about it on like constantly. They don't talk about being rich. They just exist. It's very, very strange. This is weird. Oh, Brady also has a habit of renting houses through Airbnb and posing them as like he's living there. Good job. Is it me or just when people think you're ghosting them, but you're just getting older, you enjoy your own company? Why are you eating on this coffee table? Oh, he's got a steak there because, that these guys are all, they're like, you gotta eat meat. Does everybody know that the carnivore diet is highly like carcinogenic and cancer causing? Hmm? Anyone? And he's got his computer there still. Are you working right now? I thought you said you didn't have to work all the time, Brady. It's just, it looks awkward, it looks silly, and he definitely is not ghosting anyone. Just he has to constantly recruit. Uh, love the use of AI. On my way to the mall because I waited until Mary was 4 centimeters dilated to start my Christmas shopping. Ugh, fucking gross. He thought that was a fucking own and so like funny. Oh my god! Here is the same picture. Imagine that. The person you were 12 months ago wouldn't recognize the life you're living now. I mean, you would. This is exactly what you were doing last. Are you fucking kidding? It really hits you on a random day in December how much your life has changed in a year. Did your ponytail get longer? And again, this is just like the same thing. So this is just a content moment. Oh, oh my God. Here we are back in business class. Now, let's have a look. Is this the same day? So let's just have a quick look. Let's see if we can find out. Yeah, black shirt, man bun, very tight on top. Yeah, I think this is the same day. Okay. The sound I'm looking forward to hearing in 2026. Tag your travel buddy. The only sound I want to hear in 2026. I don't know what the sound was because I didn't have it, but it was like, you know, probably something to do with traveling. But again, how many people are filming themselves in business class? Not many. And if this was lifting off, you don't get your food when you're lifting off, dickhead. Okay. Brody Salnitro says 4 things that trap you in the lower middle class forever. Warning. Working just to pay the bank's interest and the government taxes for the whole of your life. Are you not paying tax, Brody? Because you have to pay tax too. And because he technically is a contractor, or oh no, he would have online empire. In the article it did say Online Empires was registered with the Australian business with an Australian business number. So you have to pay tax on that. Are you not paying tax? It's a bit of an admission here, mate. Pay the bank's interest. Okay. Okay, like no one ever pays off their fucking loans. Rest in peace to the 9 to 5. AI just replaced your boss. You can now build income online from your phone, no degree, no office, no permission. Did AI replace my boss? I'm a teacher. So, I don't think so. And you have a boss, you have an upline. And also you answer to the company. You can get terminated like in the flash of, a moment. And it is my belief that compliance officers at MLMs just keep a file. They get all the things. Like, here's what this people's doing. Here's what this people are doing. Here's what these guys are doing. And then when they need it, they go, this, terminated. It's very difficult for a government employee to get fired so easily. So, who's got the more secure job, you know? And we know you don't have a degree and no office, except for everywhere's your office instead of one place. One place is your office. No, everywhere's your office when you're an MLM in an MLM. This was strange. I don't know where he is because it didn't really say. And it's just these kind of like random brown children looking ethnic. Like that one little girl looks like she's got sort of like some traditional dress on. So I have no idea where she is, where he is here. But he just goes through and like gives them a high five. Who the fuck are you? This random old white man? Go away from those children, you weirdo. Recently, I heard someone say everything is a win when the goal is experience, and my brain chemistry is forever changed. What? You didn't lose, you learned a lesson, which is like one of the most common, like, life lesson. Fucking kidding me? You hadn't heard that before? Oh no, on the 11th of December, which is like a week after the article. Every hater is a free marketing rep you didn't have to hire. Yeah, really? Yeah, really? Because I don't think this is just like I don't think this is real good like marketing for you. I don't think so. Sorry, mate. That's cope. 100% cope. No, it's good. I'm glad I got that. I'm glad they did that article on me. I'm really glad they did because it's free marketing. Fucking cope. Okay. Uh this is the same week that he's doing it. Imagine being sold this dream. Work 60 plus hours a week to buy a home, get married, even though 50% of marriages fail. So should we get married or not? Because you're married. Lose half your assets in divorce. I mean, that doesn't happen every time. Refinance everything. Banks get richer again. Work even more hours, pay more tax just to stay afloat. Finally reach 67, too afraid to spend your money in case you outlive it. No wonder there are so many old men sitting in Thai bars drowning their sorrows over $4 pad Thai and cheap beer. I mean, are they drowning their sorrows or are they having lunch? That's fucking. And to just assume, like, he's seeing these old guys just drinking a beer and eating lunch. They followed the script perfectly, and the script was designed to break them. Work harder, buy more, borrow more, pay more tax, repeat until you're too old and broken to enjoy what's left. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed to extract maximum value from your life while giving you just enough hope to keep playing. But some men see the game for what it is and choose to play by different rules. Oh yeah, do you mean like scamming people? There's quite a few people who do play by those rules and fucking this is a prime victim for him to try and scam. Because he's gonna say, you deserve more. You deserve more than that, and I can give it to you. Which is disgusting. And also, fuck all the way off that, like, you can't have a quality life in your, like, as a 67-year-old. Fuck all the way up. Plenty of older people who have good lives. Um, and, but then, like, okay, yep, capitalism fucking sucks. But you don't want capitalism to go away because that allows you to make a lot of money off people, right? Because without, like, if there was socialism, there's MLMs wouldn't need to exist at all. It's like, you can understand why they would be very, very, like, dance on the edge of criticizing capitalism because capitalism is the basis, it's the perfect model of late stage capitalism. And I mean, MLMs are that. And in socialism, people will be able to have all of their needs met. So they don't have to go out and do extra shit like this. They don't need a side hustle. They don't need to be more rich than anyone else. So, yeah, that's interesting. I said this weird thing where he's saying Habibi really illegal only when police are there. Police not there, Habibi everything legal. And it's just interesting that he's saying this because, like, yeah, do you know, like, and he's saying, um, like, oh, let's meet in Dubai. Do you know what the United Arab Emirates are doing right now? They are state sponsoring massacres in Sudan, right? And the RSF, the Rapid Support Defense, no, Forces, Rapid Support Forces were responsible for the massacre of, tens of thousands of people in Sudan and have taken towns and are funneling gold to the United Arab Emirates and making them very rich off that. Okay, while the people of Sudan suffer with their lives and Brody wants to go visit, right? It is disgusting. Everybody should be avoiding Dubai at all costs and Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Avoid. We have power with our money, and he doesn't care. Says he cares about people. If you cared about people, you wouldn't be saying, like, oh, I love going to Dubai. This definitely did not happen. This never happened, this conversation. Sat next to a broken man at the pub. What happened, mate? He stared into his beer. I spent 30 years building someone else's dream. Now they've restructured me out and I've got nothing to show for it. Your job security is an illusion. Build something they can't take away. The pot calling, ring, 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 ring. Yeah, hello. Is it the pot? Yep, calling the kettle black. Yeah, he said that people having a 9 to 5 is not job security, but he's in an MLM. Yeah, I know. He can be terminated anytime. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Bye. Love you. Don't know why I had to hang up as well, but your job security is an illusion. You can get terminated at any time. It's so, and like, it's so kind of, I was really nice to this old man. I went and gone and sat next to him. And I said, what happened, mate? Um, okay, so this is again just after the article. Man, he posted a lot, didn't he? I've been thinking about something and I can't make sense of it. Australia sits on some of the richest land on earth, land cared for by Aboriginal people for tens of thousands of years before any of us ever arrived here. Okay, so he's not Indigenous. But also, you don't give a fuck about that. Fuck all the way off. Do you want to give all the land back then? Let's do that. Do that with your money. Christy, who I'm going to talk about soon, she also fucking, like, oh, my land where I have my retreat is on Indigenous land. Give it back to them then. Give it back to them if you respect it so much. A continent full of natural resources, minerals, gas, oceans, land abundance everywhere you look. Okay, yeah, but like, you do know that most of, like, there's very uninhabitable places in the middle of the country that are very hot and weren't built for like lots of people. So how is it that a country built on so much wealth still taxes the average person 30 to 45% just to survive and then charges us again to drive on roads we already paid for? How does, do you know roads need to be upkept? You just can't build them and then walk away. How does a nation with this much prosperity still leave so many people feeling like they're falling behind? Some days it feels like the system started with taking and never really learned how to stop. Yeah, the system sucks. You take as well though. You're a fucking vulture, scamming people. You take advantage of people who are, downtrodden and build them up and make them think that they can make money. But it's all just to pad your fucking bank account. This is bullshit. And do you know why we don't take all that fucking wealth? He's talking about mining stuff, mining minerals, gas. Are you talking about like cleaning the oceans out, building more houses? I thought like in the previous paragraph, he's like sort of like saying, like I'm s- we the Aboriginal people looked after this land. You don't give a fuck about that. You want to fucking rip up everything. The people who should be getting rich off of this land are the Indigenous people, and you should shut the fuck up. And the average person isn't taxed 30 to 45%. And like there is such a thing as tax returns and the services that we receive for that money, which could they be improved? Absolutely. But like, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about that. You're like, I know you're in dire straits. I can help you. Fuck off. Here we go. A $1 million salary in Dubai leaves you with $966 after tax. An Australian $1 million salary in Australia leaves you with around $548,000, $548,862 after tax. Why would you stay? Then go to fucking Dubai. Like honestly, go to Dubai. As I've said, they are very corrupt, right? What do poor people do in Dubai? They don't get to have those salaries. They're slaves. Do you want to talk about that class of people? They are slaves for those $1 million people. People in Australia, in every country, who makes millions should be giving a lot to the government in taxes. And they are not taxed enough, actually, right? These people don't need that much money, billionaires especially. Multi-millionaires, those people could live a life that was exactly the same and pay more in tax. But they want to see the little number on the screen in their bank account go up because that's the only thing that fucking changes. And it's disgusting. And fuck him. Go to Dubai. Go the fuck to Dubai. Go fuck off to Dubai. And this absolute fucking privileged motherfucker. I was angry about like the state of the world. Now I'm angry about already channeling it into something more productive. You are not too busy. There are 168 hours in a week. 56 for sleep. Thanks, Brody. Thanks. 40 for work, that leaves 72 hours. If you can't find 3 to 5 hours to build something better, a business, a body, a relationship, a new version of you, the issue isn't time. It's what you're choosing to value. Oh my God. This is the day before the article dropped. Doesn't he look like a... Yeah. 72 hours. Because you are not allowed to stop working. You have to keep working. No time for leisure, no time for relaxing. But I thought you said, like, we shouldn't work ourselves into the ground. You know? You said you talked to this broken man, staring into his beer. What happened, man? Well, I followed this fuckhead, Brody. I followed his, thing where I slept for 56 hours, I worked for 42, and then I'd spent the other 72 hours working on, doing stuff, and now I'm absolutely annihilated and going to have a heart attack at the age of 50 because he's pressured me into thinking I have to have a side hustle. Leave people alone. It's not your right to tell anybody what to do with their fucking time. Like, fuck this guy. Think we're moving on to Christy now. Christy. I cannot stand this woman. I don't know her. I cannot stand the persona that she projects onto social media. If this is who she is in real life, I don't like her. And I think she might be like this. So, her biggest goals and intentions for 2026. $5 million plus dollars. Great. Beach house done and moved into one level by the end of March. Girls' passports by Japan. By Japan? Girls' passports by to? What? For Japan? I don't understand that. Family trip to Japan in June, then travel for a few months. The Lux barn at our property and get it ready well, for wellness-inspired weddings in 2027. Half hours a day on phone, 3 to 4 days a week max. Get fit and complete the Primal Body Bod program. Love that she's got a picture of the weights there. Good job. 10K steps a day. One times -6 plus 2 times -5. If you know, you know. What? Great. 2,000 plus HTS consistently monthly. Great. So she, beginning of last year, well, the end of 2024, she's like, we had our kids in a farm school that's closing down. And so we're going to life school our kids. We're going to travel around the world. We want to, travel around with families, blah, blah, blah. Didn't happen. They didn't travel around the world. What happened? Why didn't you travel around the world, Christy? You said that's what you're going to do. And now, family trip to Japan in June. Oh, that'll be probably for an Enagic thing. Then travel for a few months. Well, that's what you said for last year, and then it didn't happen. I think this is just it's to make her look successful to other people. And a lot of them can say, well, she's my mentor and she's going to take her kids. They're going to go to Japan. She homeschools them herself. Yeah, I think it's all show. And then the Lux barn at our property isn't a goal or build it. You need a verb in there. And get it ready for wellness inspired weddings. Now, this is their property, Gilla, which is, well, we're all on stolen land, but she's doing weddings. Why would you need to do that? Interesting. Now they just recently had an event because they do it every year to make people feel special, like. But this event, it looks like, like she's gonna say how much she spent on it. And but you had to buy tickets. So becoming the go-to and category one in your audience isn't optional anymore. It's 2026. Oh, so this is what, like the goal is for 2026. You have to stand out more than ever. And that means your entire sales process has to speak directly to your person. Content plus conversation plus video plus hang on. Content leads to conversation, leads to video, leads to call. No disconnects. That's what you've always said. Like, that's not new. That's the same thing that they've been doing and saying for 4 years. Oh, I realized I started my YouTube channel on New Year's Day 4 years ago. So that's pretty crazy. Um, God, I've come a long way since then. And now outside of their event, they had this Lamborghini just there. Hey, hey, babe. They definitely call each other babe. Hey, babe. Should we hire a Lambo and just park it out the front of where we are? Mm-hmm. We should. We should do that. Then everyone can take content near it. High ticket sales, obviously. But not just any high ticket. Every sale needs to compound. People want equity, leverage, commissions higher than 10%. That's the new standard. What are you talking about? You only have like 5 products you can sell. And you don't decide on the commission. The company does. What is this picture? Is she clicking? The fuck? Okay. Authority and social proof is non-negotiable. After auditing 50 plus accounts in 2025, most had almost none. Oh, remember, people buy because they believe you can get them a result. And sales psychology shows 70% of buyers make decisions based on social proof, which means your skill set has to be stronger than ever. What does that mean, Christy? Your skill set of what? And your social proof, again, is a very manufactured social media. I don't see the word authentic here, you know? It all looks very fucking like fake. Trial reels. Get these right and they expose you to non-followers fast. This is how accounts blow up without chasing. Yeah, how's that going for you? Because you all do the same fucking thing. I haven't done a roll through Facebook in a while. I need to do that. That's where these came from, but I was just on my phone. But I would like to look at to see if their fucking reels and paid advertisements, which is their only strategy, um, have changed. Mastery wins. You can't post a picture saying, "Who wants to make money anymore?" The winners are mastering marketing, content, attention, sales, authority, leadership, mindset. What? What do you mean? Are they? How? How are they mastering all of that? Mastery. How do you master marketing? Like, so you have to have a like really highly manufactured profile. Content has to be like on point. I don't know. Attention. Sure. Okay. Okay. She, it's so, Christy was definitely one of the people who I created the term, it's gonna rain. It's definitely gonna rain. Uh, Upline's hubris. So she thinks she is absolutely the smartest person in any room. She thinks she's the best at business. She thinks that she is just above anybody else. No one can touch her because she is the mega upline. She got lucky and she started selling a business in Australia before it was oversaturated. The market is very saturated at the moment. I've been predicting that it was going to hit saturation for a while now, and I think it's verging on that because she's going to New Zealand for recruiting. So, and the other thing too, these people have to keep recruiting, even if they get uh, legacy level. And legacy is basically where you get a certain amount every month, no matter what. Like it is pretty much passive income. However, you do have to make one sale a year, so it's not, solely passive, right? However, in Enagic, if somebody recruits 8 levels down from you, right, you don't get paid on their commissions anymore. You get leveled out of commissions, which means that every single person in Enagic needs to keep recruiting. Otherwise, they don't get their commission checks. They have to keep recruiting. And they have to keep recruiting as well to sell. So it is a very intense sales structure. Someone like when you look at Monate, now it's different, but about 5 years ago, no one used to see Tony Van Choi. No one would see Brittany Sauer, Jacqueline Goldrich, aka Jacqueline Ortego. And now we do see them because they were able to just sit pretty at the top of their, like, as the upline while everybody else did the work. And Enagic doesn't do it like that. You have to keep recruiting yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to continue making commission. So these people all talk about people are suckers. You have to keep working. So do you. So do you. But she likes being worshipped. I went off on a tangent, but she wants to be worshipped. And she always talk every year. I've been for like covering her. She says, taking it easy this year, but she doesn't. And she can't. And she won't. Because I don't know, like, have you invested the money well? Because before she became this, she made a lot of shitty decisions about her money. She got scammed. There was some like blenders or something. She had this raw cafe. She claimed she was homeless. Like it was very extreme. Like she made a lot of mistakes in business, and she even said they have this talking series on the Gold Coast, which is Fuck Up Night, and it's about how these business people and how they've all fucked up, but they, have risen out of that. And, like, yeah, I'm sure there are people who have done that, but it's different when you're in an MLM. Oh, I think she's been involved in being scammed by crypto. So many of these people have. But it's almost like they find whatever's happening at the time and they give it a go, you know? Anyway, so she's saying that face-to-face camera content consistently. I know exactly why my account didn't hit 100K this year. This was part of it. I think I know. I think I know. Don't think it's because they weren't seeing your face enough, Christy. I'm just saying. AI written content which she used to swear by, P.S. At least the obvious kind. Well, what's not obvious? What do you mean? Use AI for hooks, ideas, structure, yes. But if everything sounds robotic, people roll their eyes and scroll. Authenticity is back, baby. Oh my God. I hate the fucking way they say baby. Ugh. Humanized content wins all the way. Authenticity. This is the first time, remember, because I've been looking for that word actually. This is not authentic. This is manufactured content all the way. Vanity metrics. People focus on how many views they get on Reels and celebrate, but how many conversations about your offer did you actually have today? Viewers don't view, well, what? Don't build wealth? Is that what you mean? It can. Like, that's what being an influencer is, Christy. Did you not know that? Trust conversations and buyers do. Well, did you? Maybe you should have got a little bit of AI help because viewers don't view wealth. Not the right sentence. High expense business models. Honestly, models can run really lean without many expenses at all. Look at each expense and ask, is this bringing a very clean ROI? If not, cut it. Yeah, like, well, what are you talking about? Just ads, running ads? Creating content without intent, posting just to stay visible. Oh, these are the ins and outs. Sorry, I've heard, yeah. I think these are the outs. Vanity metrics. Oh yeah, okay. These are the ins, and then face-to-face camera. These are the outs. AI written content, vanity metrics, high expense business models, creating content without intent. I mean, you could have combined this with the fucking AI thing. Posting just to stay visible. Every piece of content should do one thing well. Build authority. Authority of what? Being a salesperson? Create trust, start conversations, move someone closer to buying. Random posting equals random income. Okay. Intentional content compounds. There are a few main types of content: authority, connections, speaking to pain points, desires, dreams and frustrations of your audience, redoing trending hooks, social proof, call to action. Make any sense. Christy is bringing her children up to be entitled brats. Asked my two oldest kids their goals for 2026. They both replied to make $1 million. Yep. Yeah, that's real normal, Christy. So funny. But it's interesting. 17 likes, 2 comments. 57 likes, 5 comments. How many friends and followers does she have? Let me have a look. It started raining by BT Dubs. She's got a YouTube channel, guys, and I'm very proud to say that I've got more subscribers than her. She's doing a Alex Hormozy and Leela acquisition headquarters to learn from them and their team all about scaling and selling businesses. This room has people doing 1 million to 100 million a year. What do you mean? You already scale your business. What the fuck do you mean? That's so weird. So, sorry, she also said what's coming from KXO in 2026. Freaking out. It's so exciting. We're creating the most epic automations this industry has ever seen. I'm talking next level, insane, game changing. We're bringing our community the mentor of all mentors for 2026. This man has built businesses doing 2 million plus per month. Oh, Eric Worre. Updated and simplified training so our community can move faster and win bigger, doing a collab and creating something that's first of its kind within the industry with Britt Forrester. A global movement for women in sales. There's a reason women in sales worldwide are partnering with the #1 sales offer globally. The announcement is coming soon. and it's so big. DM set a service officially launching January. To make space for this next level, we're going to some things are going one-on-one coaching. You can't do that. This is officially the last opportunity unless you're a 6 to 7 figure leader. That's what she says every fucking year. I'm not doing one-on-one coaching anymore. Events, I'll still host events, but they'll be more exclusive, more intimate, and more limited in terms of how frequent. The 100K method container, the first round we've seen daily sales conversation. Oh, here's the deal. If you wanted to work with me in this intimate way, this is your final chance. 3 times one-on-one spaces left, 2 spots left in the 100K method starting next week. Oh my God, she is just so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Like, so fucking ridiculous. It's the same fucking thing every year. So she's got 14K followers and 1.7K are following. That's weird. What do you mean? I don't understand that metric. That's the Facebook metric, not her. Yeah. And she's only getting this many likes and okay, sister. 2025 was the year of 12 plus family holidays. Really? World tour including San Diego, New Zealand, and Australia. Christy, you live in Australia. That's where you live. You you live here. Do you not know that? And also, you went to see San Diego for the Enagic yearly conference. Trip to Dubai. Okay, so if you went on a world tour, Dubai is what the why do you, why did you put the UAE in this? 500-person events, the Legacy Gala, Radiant Success Retreat, and mentorship with Ray Higdon and Daniel G. Um, I've been quietly working on something behind the scenes that's going to change your inbox for the better because the truth is simple. Conversations create sales. Like, I'm not going to read all this. You can pause to read it, but it's the same shit and it's the 30th of December. And then it's the other December. And then another, like it's every fucking day. I'm about to spill the secret that will have you landing multiple calls a week from your messages. Happy holidays, everyone. We are having the best family holiday offline. Yeah, you're the fuck, you're online. This is online. 41 likes, 2 comments. Pretty sad. 24 Tash. Oh, this is what she's done working one-on-one with this person. Booked a retreat. Created another income stream that matches her zone of genius. Oh my God. Got her DM setter started. Outsourcing her cleaning so she can make more money, impact, and buying back her time. She's built 2 times webinars, speaking specific to her audience. Webinars speaking specifically to her audience has created a movement around faith and freedom. She's locked in Japan, is planning launches and mentorships throughout 2026. You do not need to possess an apostrophe there. Maybe you should, don't give up on ChatGPT just yet, Christy. You need somebody to fucking proofread your work. Again, I've been working on something quietly. 23rd of December, 28 calls booked. Another coaching thing. Welcome to my world. We've had over 1,000 new faces here. So if you're new here, I'm Christy, otherwise known as KXO. Who the fuck has ever called her that? I've literally never heard her say that. I thought I'd share a little of my world. High ticket sales, life schooling, wellness, freedom, biohacking, retreats. global events, and the journey that got me living the life here today. I'm so grateful you're here. Comment below and tell me how you found my page. I found your page because you're a fucking scammer, in my opinion. I'm the top 0.1 in high ticket sales globally, mentored to 10,000 plus wellness sales, freedom advocates globally. Years ago, after a nervous breakdown, suicidal thoughts, and a adrenal I'm not laughing at the suicidal thoughts, I'm the fucking adrenal fatigue, which is a pseudoscience piece of shit. I struggled to get out of bed. I then found wellness technology that created my life and went to create a global movement sharing these with others. It's water, the wellness. Founder of the Freedom with Christy podcast. I mean, there's 3 episodes. Okay. Conversations on freedom, wealth, wellness, life skill, schooling, and creating a life outside the lines, told through real stories, lessons, and lived experiences. We're gonna listen to her fucking podcast. I keep it real around here, the highs and the lows, because Instagram is only one tiny percent of what people's true life looks like, and I always try to share the realness. If you're new around here, welcome. She's not sharing the bad stuff, that's for sure. And then she's got this thing with her kids here. So, okay, now this is the 16th of December, so this is post the article. Now, she wasn't, I think she was mentioned in the article. Oh no, Clint definitely was, because he made a diss track. Let's do better, Australia. It's only 70, that's not a lot of likes for her. Like, this is, this is sad. Like, she's struggling. She used to get hundreds of likes and hundreds of comments. So she is really struggling on this. Now, if you're not Australian, tall poppy culture is definitely something that exists. This is why I don't think Donald Trump would ever sort of like take off big in Australia, because we don't like big notice, and people definitely feel like they need to humble you if you brag about who you are, what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Staying humble is really important to the Australian like psyche. And so people who are genuinely successful and are good people, have done good things, sometimes do get cut down from this tall poppy syndrome, where it's like, I'm going to cut you off because, you're not better than me, you're not better than me. And so she's thinking that because of this article, which is saying, like, these people are scamming and blah blah blah. Well, you're just cutting me down because I'm successful and you're jealous and you want my success, and you're just cutting me down because I'm a tall poppy, right? What is wrong with this picture? There's one major thing that's wrong with this picture. Who can spot it? Christy, you're holding a rose. That's not a poppy. It's a rose, not a poppy. Okay. Tall poppy culture is Australia's biggest epidemic. You know what? I think that racism is. Just saying. The moment someone succeeds, speaks confidently, disrupts, or refuses to shrink themselves, the knives come out. Sometimes, but that's not why they're coming out for you, sweetheart. Suddenly it's, who do they think they are? They all fail eventually. I do think that Christy will fail eventually because she's a scammer, in my opinion, and she takes risks with her money. She, like, she has a pattern of making bad decisions, including being in an MLM. Is she making millions at the moment? Yeah, I think so. I think she is. But, yeah, we'll see how that lasts. Next. Tall poppy culture thrives on haters who never built anything, trolls hiding behind screens and fake names. Hawk soda. She's got, oh my God. How will pork soda ever fucking, and Boss Babe VS? She's got your number. They'll never survive now, Chrissy. You have exposed them thoroughly. Tearing others down instead of taking responsibility, and media sensational. Why did I just sound like I was drunk? Media sensationalizing outrage over ownership. What does that mean? Over ownership. She's victim blaming those people in the article. There was the woman, oh, was her pseudonym Beck, and then the guy, what was his name? Kevin? Oh, because Brody, who we were looking at the beginning of the article, probably sidled up to him and said, "Oh mate, you're looking really sad in your fucking beer. I got a fucking like solution for you." This is fucked up. But this is for their audience. This is not for the wider audience. This is to keep anyone in their downline silent. This is for them. And it's just interesting because, again, this doesn't have many comments or many shares, and she usually gets a lot more. So, haters who never built anything. Well, you said that these people who are trolls hiding behind screens, how do you know what they've built? You don't know who they are, right? And like, I don't have a lot of money, but I have a good life. I work a good job that I love. I get to be snarky on YouTube and I get to make art and I've got dogs and my favorite food, like I'm doing okay. I don't want your stressful life. Your life is stressful. You have to constantly recruit. That's stressful. Um, and the trolls hiding behind screens and fake names. I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to come out. And I think that that's a clever thing for some people, especially because it'll get them into different circles. Like Gary, that fucking got Gaz, who snitched on me and got me kicked out of all those fucking groups. I was so close to doing a call with Rosetta. Oh, man. And he just said, "Oh, I just like it for the health things." No, fucking dog act. Um, Tearing others down instead of taking responsibility. Yeah, yeah. So that's all about victim blaming. And what is sensational about just describing what they say and do? And it wasn't, it was using their own reels and comments and fucking screenshot. Like, that's not sensationalizing. That's just like reporting on the facts on the ground. So interesting. I get it. It's easier to pull someone down than to ask why you haven't stepped up. We've got to do better, Australia. There's a reason many high performers and millionaires are leaving. Good, go! Get out! Go! Stop infesting Australia. Like, poor fucking, like Kylie X Stevenson, country Australians, people who are looking for comfort in spirituality, and you're selling that fucking dream to them. Pushing excellence with suspicion, attacking ambition, zero ownership. This culture has to stop. Punishing excellence with suspicion. That you aren't excellent. Yeah, you're a scammer, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll attack ambition of people who are trying to scam other people, and zero ownership, victim blaming. This culture has to shift. Well, it's not going to. But here's the truth. People doing the work don't have time to hate. Really? Seems like you spent a while doing all this. This is like Rebecca Alfemia saying, I don't care about this with a tirade that went for 7 carousels. People who are fulfilled don't need to troll. People with integrity don't cut others down. Um, well, I think they do if they actually have integrity and somebody is hurting somebody else through scamming them, like maybe like I think you're doing. Yeah, they do tear people down who deserve to be teared down. And it's not trolling to expose and analyze what your posts do. It is not trolling to talk to people who are who have been victimized by you and left behind because all you were interested in was getting that commission, right? Disgusting. Oh, she's gross. If your success makes others uncomfortable, you're not the problem. You're a reminder of what's possible. No one wants what you have. You think she thinks people no fucking way. And your success is on a timeline. It ain't gonna last. Grow anyway, stand anyway, win anyway. Australia doesn't need shorter poppies, it needs stronger roots. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so this is this legacy thing that they were at. Here's all these people who are the worst humans in some of the worst humans. Look at this fucking thing. They think they're so like, look at us. Look at our cardboard. This came with my iPad thing. Congratulations. Legacy, congratulations. Oh god. Woo! I want to see what's written on them. I think it's like just what their rank is. I paid $600 to come to this and all I got was this cardboard. No, some people got trophies. I'm sorry. Some people look at Christy. She's so full of heart. Do you know how we know she's so full of heart? She did this. Do you know who else did that? Maria fucking Nobel Peace Prize Venezuela bitch. She did that too in a picture. There. Hey babe, do you want to get a Lambo and everyone can stand out front of it? 180K on a gala. Worth it? Yup, I reckon. Did you also hang on. Did you also like get tickets? Did you get people to buy tickets? Yeah. How much did you actually make back on it? That's what I'd like to know. Is there such a thing as an urgent tailor to take a dress up in Sydney for tomorrow night? Looking for a miracle. She always fucking does this. She's so unprepared for things. Like she's always doing like look for a trustworthy, reliable videographer for future GC Byron events and experience. Something is coming wellness weekends, did you? Where are the life schooling parents that want to be with their kids versus putting them into school, but also want to be with others in community style living in locations all over the world? You already were going to do that, Christy. You were going to do that last year and you didn't. My heart is calling me to live in Bali with the fam in 2026. Please go. Go. We will see and we will see what hubby says. Adventure awaits, but not sure if it's permanent, ongoing travel or more living in a different country. You said you were going to do that last year and you fucking didn't. I might leave it there. Okay, so this here, this is Jax Faulkner, and she was doing this at the fucking Gilla at Christy Exord and Clint X Morgan's like place that they have. You're a spiritual practitioner who has finally found a sacred retreat designed for you to meet your transformation needs. She's in Enagic. She's not a spiritual practitioner. She's a fucking like water ionizer salesperson. This is all just to do that. Jax Faulkner is her name. And I just fucking hate it because they use this stuff and they get all these people in and they, like have them connect. They think they've done this really like life-changing thing and it's all to sell fucking Enagic products. And this was, you've reached a place where higher means you yearn to dig deeper. The answers you look for aren't in the trillions of books that sit unread on your shelves. You know this. You hunger for information and direction that feels locked away inside you. You sat in spaces with teachings, and although you have great respect for the conversations, something feels missing. It's not deep enough. There is more, and you've been yearning to find it. The great news is that Awaken is specifically designed for your inquisition. We don't have the answers for you, but we can help you unlock them. Soul memory is what we entrust in. The path of the illogical exploration. Our retreat is less of a retreat and more of a portal. 5 days completely off grid. No phones, no time. Well, I mean, time doesn't fucking stand still. The journey we embark on takes you to the edges of who you know you are, and together we leap into remembering who you remember. You are held on sacred lands of the Widjabal people of the Bundjalung Nations, northern New South Wales. Why do you mention that? You don't give a fuck about that. Christy doesn't give a fuck about that. They don't have access to that land. Our next retreat is in January, has only 2 spaces remaining, and we have opened applications for our retreat in May 2026. No stone is left unturned because we are allies to your mission. We feel so honored to serve you as you serve the world. DM me for further explanation. And again, this is a fucking salesperson for Enagic. And the people who are paying money to go and do this think that they're buying this spiritual experience, and that's not what it is. Doesn't mean that they can't possibly grow as people or whatever, but I just think I think it will draw in people who are desperate for that connection, and they are taking advantage of that, like with so many things that they do to scam people. It's all connected. Let's end on this one. Honestly, beef tallow on the face is just the best. Yeah, I love slathering fucking beef oil on my face. I don't know what actually is made up of, like some of the things I put on my face, but CeraVe, well, I don't think there's, I'm just gonna say, I don't think there's any beef tallow in my reparative hand cream. Just saying. Yeah, which is, that's her little I love Robert F. Kennedy like thing. All right, let's wrap it up there. These people are terrible. They are just the worst. They are saying and doing exactly the same things with exactly the same script. This year's going to be so different. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then I'm going to do this. If you're not doing this, then you're doing this. Like it's the same thing. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Everything that I've said in this video is just my opinion based on the research that I've done for many years on Enagic and Brody and Christy. And yeah, the next thing I would like to do is listen to her podcast. I bet it's terrible. All right. Thank you for being here. And I have managed to not think too much about everything. And I will, if you can give a like and subscribe, that'd be great. And I will see you next time. All right now, bye.